Here at the state capitol in Albany, the Medical Aid in Dying Act passed the Assembly Health Committee at the end of this year's legislative session. It will be reintroduced next month. So, Dr. Quill, I know that it's legal for people to stop eating and drinking. Can you tell me what that's like?
Well, it's...
Chueca dice que no tiene que votar en estas elecciones porque está estudiando aquí, entonces no enfrentará multa. Pero no es el caso para los restos de peruanos que están aquí en Queens College para votar. In addition to vinyl records' current popularity, industry analysts says that brand new record sales will still continue to increase. And that's on the record. For Stony Brook News, I'm Julio Avila. When the Soviet Union collapsed, Cuba's economy was nearly destroyed. But Frank said that won't be the case if Venezuela implodes. For Stony Brook News in Havana, Cuba, I'm Julio Avila. A historic event nearly a century in the making, the launch of the 2nd Avenue subway. Mayor Bill de Blasio and Governor Andrew Cuomo took the maiden trip last night. The line opened to the public today at noon. It's the first phase of the line that will eventually reach downtown. The line currently runs between 96th and 72nd Streets and is aimed at relieving congestion on the 4, 5, and 6 lines. The line operates between 6 in the morning and 10 at night. Starting next Monday, service will be around the clock. 2016 took some of our favorite celebrities, and hours before the year ended, it took another. William Christopher, the actor best known for his role as Father Mulcahy on the iconic television show MASH, died in his home in Pasadena yesterday from small cell carcinoma. He was 84. Good evening, and welcome to the School of Journalism's New York Picks Live. Over the next hour, we'll be bringing you the latest results of today's primary. I'm Julio Avila. One of the concerns of opponents is coercion of family, coercion of insurance companies, or even coercion of doctors. So how would this be avoided? How can we avoid all this coercion? One of the things that advocates are saying is that it all comes down to personal choice. So in that sense, why should me, you, or any of us deprive that person of that choice? Suffolk County's red light camera program is supposed to increase safety, but some residents and politicians disagree.
It's not about safety, it's about tax. It's about revenue.
Trotta, a former police officer, said the program led to $32 million in revenue and questions its effectiveness.
You know, I watched probably 50 videos of these violations. There's not a single one where I ever would have written a ticket. It's such a minor infraction.
Some infractions were questionable.
Here he comes. He's coming up to the light. He stops. Oh, it doesn't have to stop because it turned green. And he went. Now, here's the funny part. What's that? Police car.
But a Robin Hood-like character from Center Reach, Stephen Ruth, took matters into his own hands after he received a ticket.
You save innocent people a lot of money. See what I just did? This is government taking advantage. And it's going to stop.
Do I agree with what he did? Absolutely not. But sometimes in life, there are little things like that that spark, you know, people's reactions.
Bob Schultz of Port Jefferson Station was ticketed for a right turn on red.
Wait, here's the interesting part. Where's the no turn on red sign?
Schultz headed northbound on Route 111 and made a right turn on the South Service Road of the Long Island Expressway during a red light.
It says right lane mess turn. It doesn't say no turn on red. Do you see it?
There is no turn on red sign there, but New York state law says cars must completely stop before turning right on red where permitted.
The question is do they know I came to a full stop? Did I wait 3 seconds and I was rolling still?
Regardless of the ticket, Schultz said he thinks the cameras provide some benefit.
I think they're effective. I think they work. I think there's a lot less people trying to beat red lights in the past where you see it happen a lot more.
According to a 2013 county report, there were 115 cameras. As a result, most types of accidents decreased, except rear-end accidents, which increased.
Please read the reverse side notice.
As for Schultz's ticket, he said he will not fight it.
Taking a day off and, you know, maybe losing a half a day's pay or a day's pay it's economically not the right thing to do.
Legislator Trotta said he will introduce a bill to suspend the red light camera program and to start a committee to review camera footage to change the way the program operates. For Stony Brook News, I'm Julio Avila. There are over 500,000 Peruvians living in the United States. Jose Chueca is one of them. As his country gets ready to vote, he says he doesn't have high hopes.
El proceso electoral en el Perú es lamentable, es lamentable, ¿no? Para empezar, porque el Jurado Nacional de Elecciones y los organismos vinculados con la mecánica electoral han actuado de maneras irregulares.
He's referring to how the electoral judiciary sanctions certain candidates but not others. Chueca himself can't vote since he hasn't updated his residency since studying in the United States.
Si yo pudiese votar, votaría por la candidata Verónica, por Vero, que es la candidata de la izquierda, ¿no? Del Frente Amplio. Evidentemente no votaría por Keiko Fujimori.
Even though Fujimori is topping the polls.
No me gusta porque Keiko Fujimori en principio representa la continuidad del gobierno de su padre y que, como sabemos, ha sido probablemente el más corrupto de la historia del Perú.
Chueca says he doesn't have to vote because he's studying here, and so he won't face the fine. But it's not the same case for every other Peruvian here at Queens College who came out in large numbers to vote. Peru, 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 Peru. The line of voters stretched for blocks, and I had a chance to talk to some. There was a common frontrunner.
Yo voy a votar para Keiko.
¿Y por qué?
Por esas razones, por su padre que hizo muchas cosas por el norte, Cajamarca, Moyobamba, Bagua Grande, hizo puentes, carreteras y tú sabes, apagó todo el terrorismo que había por esos sitios.
Realmente el Perú ahorita está mal lo que es delincuencia y yo sé que Keiko sí lo va a lograr, así como sacó a todos los terroristas ahí.
The voting experience itself was not pleasant for some who spent hours waiting in line.
El centro de votación es dentro de un edificio que tiene tres pisos y la única forma de acceder a las áreas de votación es por un elevador. Solamente pueden subir 9 personas a la vez.
After the votes were all in, Fujimori won with 38% of the votes, followed by Pedro Pablo Kuczynski with 26%. The two will face off in a runoff election in May. For Stony Brook News, I'm Julio Avila.